Good evening. This is City News at 6. COVID-19 continues to spread across Canada. 154 people have tested positive across the country. 7 new cases here in BC, including cases at another long-term care facility. Alberta announced 4 new cases today, including a child. Both Manitoba and Saskatchewan have recorded their very first cases of the virus. Ontario reported an additional 17 cases today, bringing its total to 60. Including 1 person quarantined at CFB Trenton, and 13 people in Quebec have tested positive. We begin with the latest on the coronavirus. 7 new cases have been diagnosed in our province. That brings our total in BC to 53. 2 cases were confirmed at Hollyburn House, a seniors care center in West Vancouver. They include a resident who has been isolated and an employee who is now at home in self-isolation. It is the 2nd care home in Metro Vancouver facing a coronavirus outbreak.
It's the end of our influenza season, and we have been having influenza outbreaks in long-term care homes, as we expect to see during this season. And this one was thought to be an influenza outbreak as well. And it turns out that one of the residents who was tested, out of a number that was tested, a man in his 90s who's a resident of Hollyburn House in North Vancouver, tested positive for COVID-19.
Health Minister Adrian Dix has banned all events with more than 250 people amid concerns of this virus spreading. That includes sporting events, upcoming concerts, and all religious gatherings. Meanwhile, you're being asked to avoid all non-essential travel outside of Canada. Self-isolation upon returning from the U.S. will be voluntary. The travel warning is expected to last for months, not weeks.
We are advising British Columbians against all non-essential travel outside of Canada, and that includes the United States. I think this is really important. It is clear at this time that the evolving situation, both in the United States and globally, is a risk for all of us, and we are strongly advising people not to travel. If you do travel, anyone who chooses to travel outside of Canada will be required to stay away from work or school for 14 days on their return.
At this point, there are no plans to close schools, but that could change if the pandemic gets worse. The province says the focus remains on slowing the spread of the virus. The Vancouver Whitecaps season is on hold as Major League Soccer announces a 30-day suspension of games due to the outbreak. In a statement, MLS says it's continuing to assess the impact of the virus and will communicate plans for the 2020 season at the appropriate time. The Whitecaps says the decision was unified across the league.
Everyone watching this or listening to this is a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a son, or a daughter, right? Like, this is bigger than football. This is about the health of all our communities, and so we're getting behind that to make sure that at the end of the day, the safety of our players, our coaches, the arena staff, all our fans who come to see us, that's held to the highest possible level.
The Whitecaps CEO added MLS teams, including the Whitecaps, will continue practicing. And now to some breaking news on another major event that's been canceled here in the Lower Mainland. Organizers have officially scrapped plans for this year's 420 festival in Vancouver. It comes after the province said no more gatherings of 250 people or more. Vancouver's 420 rally is one of the largest festivals held in Canada and North America each year. Bad news if you've been training for the annual Vancouver Sun Run. The hugely popular 10K race has been canceled after the province banned all gatherings of more than 250 people. The race was scheduled for Sunday, April 19th. The race through downtown draws crowds of more than 40,000 people. Runners will be able to defer participation until 2021, but registration fees will not be refunded. The Vancouver Canucks released a statement earlier today. Canucks Sports Entertainment fully supports the decision made by the National Hockey League to pause the season due to the spread of the COVID-19 virus. The health and safety of fans, players, and personnel is the highest priority. Ticket holders for upcoming Canucks games are encouraged to keep their tickets until further information becomes available. The Vancouver International Auto Show has been postponed due to the evolving pandemic. No future date has been announced. The event, which was supposed to celebrate its 100th anniversary, was set to take place at the Vancouver Convention Centre on March 25th to the 29th. Special guests included BC businessman Jim Pattison and auto racing legend Roger Penske. If you've bought tickets for the auto show, you can get a full refund at the point of purchase. And the outbreak has also forced the cancellation of one of Metro Vancouver's largest public events, the Surrey Vaisakhi Parade. Organizers say the celebration will not go ahead on April 25th. They call it a difficult decision, noting the health and safety of the public is the top priority. As for the Vancouver Vaisakhi Parade,
it doesn't take that long to cancel it. It takes more time to organize it. Right? If we say we're going to cancel it, we can cancel any time. There's not much going on. We are 5 weeks away, so we can cancel. There's a possibility if the Sangat and the executive think we should cancel it, we will cancel it.
The parade marks one of the most significant days in the Sikh calendar, the creation of the Khalsa in 1699. It draws a crowd of around 500,000 people every year. A dentist who attended a conference in downtown Vancouver last week has tested positive for COVID-19. That from the Vancouver Coastal Health Authority. However, the risk to anyone else who attended the Pacific Dental Conference on March 6th is low. The dentist is now recovering at home, and health workers say there is no ongoing risk to the community.
So this individual had recently traveled to Germany, and he was feeling well when he returned, and he first began feeling initial symptoms while he was at the conference.
As a precaution, Vancouver Coastal Health is advising participants who attended the Pacific Dental Conference to monitor themselves for symptoms for up to 14 days and to call HealthLink BC at 811 for advice if they develop them.